back at you right away with another one. And this was the second figure that I purchased from Showcase Daikaiju. Once again, shout out to Sean from Showcase Daikaiju for getting this guy to me. This is the Bandai Godzilla action figure, Godzilla 2023. This is Godzilla -1. You see the Godzilla -1 logo here. And you're going to see a picture of Godzilla -1 right here. I watched some other reviews. I watched Ultrazilla's review, and for some reason on his box, he had the 1954 version of Bandai vinyl here. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe because this is from Japan, we were getting the -1 picture. But I'm not sure about that, you know. He was questioning why they would put the 54 Godzilla on, and I was expecting to be saying the same thing, but I have -1 on here. So maybe either this is from Japan and it's different, or they updated it. I don't know, but pretty cool. And you're going to get a nice picture of Godzilla -1 and the G -1 logo here. Bandai Godzilla action figure, Godzilla 2023. Same thing on the side here. And then on the back, you're going to get 3 pictures of the figure. This is going to come with a nice atomic breath piece, which looks really, really cool. And the overall look of the box is very nice. With it's like a greenish blue, black, and red. You know, kind of staying true to the Godzilla -1 color scheme. And it looks very, very nice. So let's crack this box open and get him out of there and dig into it. Okay, so after pulling it out, you can see it's nice. This has a Godzilla action figure on the box, which you could look through from the front window. And it's going to come in a clamshell. You're going to see the atomic breath piece here. And then you're going to have to attach his tail, which comes in 2 pieces, and his right arm and leg. So that's what it looks like. So let's get him out of the clamshell and get into it. All right, so here we go. Bandai action figure series, Godzilla 2023, -1. Looking really nice. Now, let me just say, I really like this Godzilla action figure series that Bandai's doing. It's kind of like a budget articulated figure series, and it's great. You know, I saw there's 2 others that they released, the 2002 Mechagodzilla, the Kiryu, and the 2004 Final Wars Godzilla. I'm hoping to get my hands on those as well. But I think this is great. This is basically like Playmates, you know, Bandai's version of Playmates. You know what I'm saying? And it's great. It's great to be able to buy an affordable articulated figure. And this looks quite nice. It's got a nice paint job on it, as you can see. It's got like that goldish yellow that we've seen really on all of the Bandai -1s so far. On the vinyl, on the SH Monster Arts -1. And this guy has it as well. And he's got it, you know, on his legs and on his body, on his face. Of course, we're not going to see any of that on the dorsal plates. The dorsal plates look very nice, by the way, but they're just more of a matte gray. But they actually look very good all the way going to the tip of the tail. You do have some of it on some of that gold on the tail. And yeah, that's looking really nice. It's just basically, you know, ball joints on the legs, on the feet. And then you're going to get the tail is separated into 3 pieces. Here, here, and here. All ball joints. You could twist it. I mean, it's really set up to be in the position that it's in, but you can move it if you like. You know, so you get fairly decent articulation. The head is on a ball joint, up, down, side to side. It works kind of nice. Jaw opens and closes. Yeah, I mean, let's see here. The eyes are, you know, nothing really to write home about. They're just okay, which is okay with me. You know, for a lower budget figure, that's fine. They're serviceable. Um, and the same with the mouth. The mouth is fairly well done. You can see the teeth are there. They're all visible. They're individually painted. The tongue looks pretty good. It's blood red. You know, there's more detail than a little bit. You know, as far as the mouth and the tongue, it's decent, and that's fine. You know, it actually looks pretty nice. I put it in this pose, you know, kind of like the when he's, you know, first walks into Giza and roars. But yeah, this is quite nice looking. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with it, and you know, I love this design of Godzilla. I love the Godzilla -1 design. It's one of my favorite all-time Godzilla designs. I think it's that nice. I can't wait to see a sequel with this guy in it again, because I think this is such a great design. And this looks good, man. This is great, you know, and it's just something else from Bandai to collect. Like, I love to be able to get these, the vinyls, and the SH Monster Arts. That's excellent. But this right here, this is a great idea. Yes, give us more of these. Decent articulated figures with a pretty good paint job. And quite frankly, above average detail. Look at that, you know? The paint job is okay. It's really, really nice. So this is, to me, is like totally worth it. It's definitely a good purchase. I'm going to be seeking the other two figures that they drop next out of this line. But keep these coming, boys. Really cool figure by Bandai. So let's pose him a little bit, show you what he could do. And you could sort of get him in a running pose. I don't know. You know, the legs don't go too far back or too far forward. So just note that. That could be one of the flaws of this figure, you know. But you could kind of make him, you know, make him look like he's in a walking or running pose like that. Which is cool nonetheless, you know what I mean? But just note, the leg is not going to go back too far or it will pop off. Now, you can get him into a really, really nice tail off the ground pose, which is kind of cool, you know. You could see the legs spread out fairly wide. And the functionality of the feet definitely help in balancing it to give it a nice tail off the ground pose like this. And also, the head kind of works nice because you could turn it to the side and look up a little bit, which is great, you know. Yeah, look at that, where you could give it a nice pose like that, where he's turning to the side and looking at you. Awesome, man. That's really cool. So, you know what I mean? Like, right off the bat, when you're able to, like, use the articulation to get it into a pose like that, you know that it's definitely worth it. That's cool. And this is about as high up as you could get him to stand and about as high as up as his head goes. So you could get him to look like that, which is still pretty cool, you know. And the arms is basically just click once down at the elbow or back up, you know. Of course, you could turn the tail. And yeah, it's really nice. It's limited articulation, similar to Playmates, which is really cool though. Like I'm glad Bandai's doing that. I think they should, because I think these will be successful. Who wouldn't want an above average, affordable, articulated figure like this? This is nice. It's simple. You know what I mean? Of course, we're not going to expect it to be higher or SH Monster Arts, but it's cool. And it looks great. Paint job and the articulation for what it is works good and functions good, and that's nice. Now you also can, with help of the tail here and the functionality of the feet, get Godzilla into a nice stomping pose. Really, really very nice for a figure like this. That's awesome, man. You know, I love it. There should be no complaints about this. This figure is actually a joy to own and to pose. It's, you know, you're going to see there's not too much you could do with it, but there's more than a little bit, and it looks great. You know, this is a very, I have a feeling this is like an underrated figure. I don't know. I haven't seen too many reviews of this, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad it exists. Keep making more of these, Bandai. Now, you're not going to get anything at the torso here, but that's just fine because actually the way the legs and the feet and the head function here, the way you could make those turn to the side, the feet and the head, it almost makes it look like his whole body is turning to the side when you pose it. And that's quite nice. I think the head function's nice. It's so simple. It's just a ball joint clicks right into it, you know. And of course, it's got that little bitty gap right there, but it doesn't matter, you know. You just accept that. It's the same way at the feet and at the legs, you know. That's just the type of articulation that it is. So, very, very nice. And you can see here, you know, this thing's quite detailed. Look at it. Look at the paint job. That's nice. Look at the nooks and cranny on the legs. Pretty cool. Okay, and now you could take out the bottom jaw piece and you add this bottom jaw piece with the atomic blast attached to it. And you could have him breathing his atomic breath. That looks great, too. This is a really nice atomic breath piece, too. It's so different. I like how it's spread out like that. Kind of, you know, trying to mimic the way -1 shot his atomic breath out. But you could see that looks very, very nice. Excellent, man. So cool. And it's cool that, yeah, it's a budget articulated figure and you're getting a nice accessory with the atomic breath piece also. So great win-win, you know? You can have him in a really nice tail off the ground pose, balanced. Look at that. Shooting his atomic breath at the ground. Fantastic that you can do that. Okay, you have to really like kind of balance him a little bit, but you know, you can have him like that. Look at that. Excellent, man. I love it. I love this figure. Fantastic, because you know I like budget figures that give you bang for the buck too, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, that's part of collecting. That's what makes collecting great. That's how you win as a collector. When you get an above average figure for an affordable price that does things like this. Comes with accessories like that. This looks so nice. And you can certainly recreate that scene where he's like bending over to shoot the atomic breath out straight. Like that with the tail off the ground. That actually looks fantastic, man. Look at that. This is a pretty cool figure. Yeah, there's a real fluidity there with the articulation on this figure. You know, it's strange. You know, the feet, the way the feet work is strange. But it's smooth though. You know what I'm saying? And you could create balance with the figure to give you these tail off the ground poses, and the feet balance the figure very nicely. And it really, like, I'll tell you the truth, it looks like -1. You know what I'm saying? Like, it conveys everything about Godzilla -1. It's nice for a simple I don't know what this, I think it was like $30, this figure. And, yeah, I like it. I like it a hell of a lot, you know? I think this is a brilliant idea for them to do this. You know, to put, you know, because Playmates is having a great deal of success, so why wouldn't Bandai do it? You know what I mean? And you're getting just a little bit more articulation than Playmates. You know, there's some Playmates figures, obviously, that I would I would prefer over this guy. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, and the Playmates 6-inch figures are going to be cheaper. They're like about $10, um, but I don't know. I think this is very, very nice. Yeah, it's a good paint job. You got serviceable, good articulation, decent face, decent eyes, decent teeth, decent tongue. You know, the eyes are not the greatest in the world. You know what I mean? But they're just serviceable. They're not terrible. So, but look at that though. That's a pretty cool pose. I'm liking it. Yeah, man. Now I just want to show you the different Bandai Godzilla -1s here, so you could see how they're all kind of similar in terms of paint. Where they all have a little bit of this like gold, you know, from the Bandai vinyl to the Godzilla action figure to the SH Monster Arts. The look is pretty much the same on all of them, including the way they do the chest, the legs, the detail on the legs. It's all very similar in look. Of course, this here is a custom head that I got from Kaiju Wizard. So shout out to him, which I think looks very nice on the SH Monster Arts -1. But yeah, just to give you a look how it's, you know, you can see why this one looks like this, you know. This is like the common theme for Bandai Godzillas, to have that gold basically sprinkled through, or tan, cream color, whatever it is, and similar on the look of the face for all of them, except, you know, that one's that's a modified better version from Kaiju Wizard, but all of them look similar in how they look, and I think that they're very nice. I'm happy to have all three of these. So, you know, I'm biased anyway because I just love anything -1. You know, I love the movie, and I want to collect as many Godzilla -1 figures as possible because I absolutely love this design of Godzilla. And this is just really nice. I definitely recommend this. There's nothing wrong with this. For the price, it's perfect. You know, and when you have this in hand and you're posing it, you're gonna realize that the feet work in tandem with the head. You know what I mean? And in you know, some part the arms as well. You know what I mean? Because the posability, the way this figure allows you to pose it, involves everything and gives it character. When you just move the arms or legs or feet or head in a certain direction, it's going to just bring the figure to life. And that, to me, is good articulation. Even though it is somewhat limited, when you pose them, it kind of makes it look sharp and brings it to life. And I think that's fantastic. So we're looking really, really good here. If you like what you see, go get you some Godzilla action figure -1 Goji. Like the goddamn video. Subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to be right back at you with another one. We might be thinking about possibly staying on Godzilla -1. I'm going to surprise you guys, though. But let's go.